What's going on YouTube? This is part 2 of my Bloodborne playthrough. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up where we left off. We're going to go back to the Hunter's Dream. We're going to talk to Gurman. He's a guy that wasn't there before, but he will be available. We're going to see if we can buy anything. And if we can't, we're just going to go through. We're going to slaughter some villagers, whatever. Sounds rude, but trust me, it's not that bad. They'll try to kill you first. So this here's Gurman. I'm not going to talk to him because he doesn't really give you any helpful advice or anything. I'm just going to give a rundown. Here's storage. This is where you can store your items. This is where you can fortify your items. This is where you can use Carol runes, but we are obviously way off from using that. Over here are these bath messengers. I almost said bath messenger. I don't know why. But anyway, these guys show up when you get this currency called Insight. If you look in the top corner, you'll see an eyeball-looking symbol. That measures your character's Insight, which is something we are yet to receive. And it will bring that doll in the corner to life, in case you're wondering. That doll does have a purpose. It's very significant. It's how you level up. But for now, we're going to head back to Central Yharnam. We're going to kill a couple of man-beasts, or whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to show you a few ways you can get around. Okay, so back in Central Yharnam, who knows? Reminiscent bonfire. Okay, so that's obviously a Dark Souls veteran, since bonfires are a Dark Souls thing. Again, loot anyone or anything that you can get your hands on. So pebbles, those are good for luring enemies. Like, you can throw them at enemies. You can try and lure them to you and get them away from the horde. Assume nothing is safe in this game. Always be on your toes. That is the only way to play this game right. You will get butt fucked. And that's the important thing, except that you're going to get butt fucked, I guess. I mean, it will be an abusive relationship many ways down the road. That's how you're going to get through it. You have to accept it, and you have to learn kind of how to control that to work it to your advantage. Okay, so it's very important as of right now that if you come down here, you only unlock this gate and you do nothing else, because there is a big motherfucker down there. Yeah, beware of strong foe, yeah. And you should only attack him if you have an axe. Only if you have the axe, because with that you can two-hand it in its trick form, and it's the only weapon early on front. Corpse. Okay, these guys with guns, be extremely wary of them, because if they run into a number of gunners, they will wreck you. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Yeah. So don't do that. Beware of ambush. There's a meat hook guy here. I don't know what to call him. I'm gonna call him meat hook guy. Bloodstone shards. Those items are used for fortifying your weapons. So I'm definitely going to do that later. So we can kill things a lot faster. Killing faster is always good. We can paint our coats red. These guys, they have a particular pattern. If they fail to hit you with the axe, the next thing they're going to go with is the torch. And trust me, you do not want to be at that end. You do not want to be at the end of the torch when they use it. So remember that pebble I talked about? Don't be afraid to throw a pebble at an enemy or two and lure them towards you, rather than taking on the entire gang. Odds are, they will probably kill you. That is most likely what's going to happen. So this weapon's trick form allows you to hit from a greater distance. It doesn't do nearly as much damage as any other of the starting weapons, but I don't really care, because it gives me that safety cushion. Right now, and when you're early and you're starting off, especially if you've never played Dark Souls or anything before, you want a massive safety cushion. Okay, so there's a few guys, but I feel like I'm gonna back off. There's the gun. There's the gun. I like to do kind of a hit and run kind of thing. And in doing that, it'll make it harder for those gunners to hit you. And the gunner isn't the only thing. Early on, there is an enemy that's basically a rabid dog. And they are also very, very annoying. Because if you don't dodge it right, which I had a terrible time dodging my first playthrough, it was a living nightmare. There's the dog. I'm gonna kill this guy. Hopefully the dog won't try anything. Hopefully I can kill the dog first. Yeah, you gotta learn their pounce pattern. Basically everything is memorization, repetition. Learning the patterns. There's a big enemy behind there, so stand back. If you watch Phanos Gaming, think, big guy, big guy! So, yeah, I actually recited that quite a few times in my first playthrough. I was recording, so nobody was there to hear it, but my friend had to remind me that was not my original idea. But if you want, you can think big guy. Also, another thing you want to learn to do, you want to learn to lock onto stuff. Like, I'm fighting a lot of guys without locking onto them. It's when that little white circle forms. So you want to try and get used to it in the first few times. But if you don't learn to master it, the camera angles can screw you over. It isn't fun. So over here we can find the big guy. I highly recommend you just bother fighting him. Use the Molotov cocktails, because they are super effective on this guy. Like, see, he's already at half health. Again, be careful about where he swings. Only land like 1 or 2 hits after he attacks, because almost nothing staggers this guy. Yeah, see what I mean? Torch, that'll come in handy. A lot of enemies that are beasts have an unnatural fear of fire, as it's put. So if ever you need to light up an area or use the torch to burn them, you can do that. Now back here, there are some crows I just like taking care of for blood echoes. These things terrified me, honestly, the first time, and I'll show you why. They will leap in the air, and they will terrify. Come on, do it. Come on, show me why I'm afraid of you. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So those are annoying, but there's also an item back here. It's an oil urn. These things are good for, I'd say, primarily bosses, because it can cover targets in oil, and fire just does more damage in general. You can skip it if you want. So this gate we can open up later, and there's some help you can get for a later boss fight behind that gate. But for now, yep, doggy, 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 dog. Okay, stay, stay. There we go. So who can I piss off here? Okay, yep, this guy. This guy. Okay, I would very much like to kill the dog first. But sometimes you can handle them in large numbers if you have enough of a swing, especially if you're using the whip form. Now watch me whip. Now watch me nay-nay. See, that's what I mean about the lunge pattern. You want to get used to that. Learn to dodge that. Get behind them if you can. Okay. So, up here, there's only one thing I'm going to tell you to do. You can try. If you can do it the first time, I congratulate you. But my advice is just fucking run. Because you may be able to own the first one in that clinic back there, but those are far from how they really behave. That thing is lower health, just so you can get the hang of combat. Those things, they will wreck you. And they will continue to wreck you throughout the game. So that item I picked up, Cold Blood Dew, that helps you get blood echoes. This is a cheese spot, by the way. You can get them to come here. And basically you can just wail on them while they're in the doorway, but I'm not going to do that right now because we have a couple 1,000 blood echoes, and I would prefer not dying. Always beware of an ambush and have a light in here. And finally, I've seen tons of notes saying this, but beware of this old guy here, because if you go for the item, he'll pull out a blunderbuss and he'll actually shoot you. Like right here. No mercy for wheelchairs. That's kind of mean when you think about it, but you know. Then there's one more enemy up here. Okay, he's dead. Get this item, another bloodstone shard, that's good. This is the gate from before. This actually took me quite a few hours to get the knack of on my first try, but anyway, come back to the Hunter's Dream. You can buy some stuff, buy more supplies. That's basically the first portion of Central Yharnam. You just want to run in that circle. Next episode, I can take you through the sewers if you want, and it's an area where you can get some more gear. There's a giant pig, and I'll share the weakness. That thing, don't try and fight it in a traditional sense. You will lose. Hunter garb. Yeah, don't buy the hunter garb here unless you absolutely have to. For now, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of cocktails and a ton of blood vials. I'm gonna do that so that way we have some in storage. I can show you what it is. So here in the storage, you can just put one of the triggers and you can see what you have in storage. So right now, if I run out of every blood vial I have, I'll have 8 in my inventory when I respawn. Quickly, I'm just gonna fortify my weapon. Well, actually, I can't. I don't have the blood. I don't have the blood echoes, so for now, I guess this is where we are. So that's my second bit of advice on how to get through Bloodborne. This has been the second part of it. And anybody who subscribes or comments or even tells your friends about it, thank you. This is a young channel. This is my first time. I salute you all, my lady. And, or sir. I should probably do that again for sir. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm not going to say bless your face because that's Tobuscus' thing. I don't know what to say. I'm still figuring this all out. But thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys next time.